You've seen them, right? Those absolutely wild AI videos of the Hulk doing all sorts of crazy stuff. Have you ever stopped and wondered, how on earth are they making these? Well, today we're going to break down the exact formula creators are using to just blow up on YouTube. And I'll give you a little hint. It has way less to do with the AI than you probably think.
Okay, before we get into the how, let's just look at the results because they are absolutely staggering. We're talking about channels gaining almost 200,000 subscribers from a single video. Another one pulled in nearly 1 million subs with just 5 videos. This isn't just some passing trend, it's a full-on content gold rush.
So the big question is, how? I mean, if you've looked this up, you've probably seen other tutorials that say, oh, just go to this AI tool and type in a prompt. But that's not the whole story. Not even close. In fact, that advice misses the single most important piece of the puzzle, the one thing that separates a viral masterpiece from a total flop.
So here's our game plan for today. First, we're going to unpack the viral phenomenon itself. Then we'll reveal the real secret. It's all about the story. After that, we'll get into the nitty-gritty of crafting the AI script, bringing that story to life with video, and finally, the crucial step, uploading it to make sure it gets seen by millions.
Okay, first things first. Before we even think about touching a piece of software, we have to understand why these videos work. It really comes down to the hilarious absurdity of it all. Taking this larger-than-life character, the Hulk, and dropping him into some totally normal, everyday situation. That contrast, it's like magic for our brains. If you can crack the code of why it's so appealing, you're already halfway there.
And this quote from our source material just hits the nail on the head. The tech has gotten so easy, a kid could do it. You just paste in a prompt, and boom, you have a video clip. The real difference maker, the secret sauce, isn't the tool you use, it's having a perfect story.
And that secret, the story, is what we're diving into right now. This is where we move beyond just typing simple one-liners into an AI. We're getting into the real art form here, AI-powered storytelling. This is where the magic really, truly happens.
So here's the fundamental shift in thinking you need to make. Your goal isn't just to generate random clips. You're not a button pusher. You're a director. Your job is to create a complete narrative blueprint, broken down scene by scene that you can hand over to your AI actor. That's how you get a cohesive story and consistent results every single time.
All right, enough theory, let's get practical. In this section, we're going to walk through the exact ChatGPT blueprint these creators are using to build everything from the initial story idea to the super detailed video prompts. And you know what? It's a pretty simple 3-step process. First, you show ChatGPT what a successful channel looks like. Second, you give it a concrete example of a story that worked. And third, you tell it, okay, you see that? Now go make me some new stories, but in that same exact winning format.
Step 1 is incredibly simple, but so important. You just drop in a link to a channel that's already crushing it with this style of video, and you tell ChatGPT to analyze it. You're giving the AI its homework, letting it study the structure, the tone, everything, so it knows what good looks like.
Now this is where it gets really clever. You're not just describing the format, you're showing it. You give ChatGPT the actual story from one of the hit videos and tell it to replicate that narrative structure. You're not asking it to guess, you're telling it to follow a proven formula. It's like giving a musician the sheet music to a hit song.
So this whole process is a type of prompt engineering, but I want you to forget the idea of a single-sentence prompt. In this world, prompt engineering means being a scriptwriter. It's about crafting these detailed scene-by-scene instructions that include both the visual action and the dialogue for your characters.
And this command is the absolute core of the script. Once ChatGPT gives you a story idea you like, you have to be super explicit. You ask it for 2 things for every single scene: the video prompt for the visuals and the matching dialogue for the characters. This 2-part combo is everything.
And here's a little quality of life hack that'll save you a huge headache. You then tell ChatGPT to package the prompt and the dialogue for each scene into one nice, neat block of text. It seems like a tiny thing, but trust me, when you're copying and pasting dozens of times, this is a game changer.
Okay, our script is done, it's ready to go. Now it's time for the fun part, actually generating the video. We're going to look at a tool called Flow AI, which is really popular for this kind of work because it has one key feature you absolutely have to know about if you want your characters to look the same from shot to shot.
This right here is the big technical secret. One of the hardest things in AI video is character consistency. You know, making sure the Hulk in scene 2 looks like the Hulk from scene 1.
Well, in Flow AI, the Extend feature is the magic button that solves this. It intelligently builds each new clip based on the one that came right before it. So here's exactly what you do. First, you generate your very first clip. Then, and this is super important, on your phone browser, you have to switch to desktop site view. Once you've done that, you drag the little marker on the timeline all the way to the end of the clip, you hit the plus button, and you specifically choose Extend. Then, you just paste in your next prompt. Rinse and repeat for every scene in your script.
We are in the home stretch. You've crafted an amazing story. You've generated a beautiful, consistent video. But none of that matters if nobody sees it. This final section is all about that last, crucial step, uploading your video the right way.
I'm serious. Don't trip at the finish line. You can do everything else perfectly, but if you rush the upload, your video can get totally buried by the algorithm. The difference between millions of views and basically zero can come down to checking a few boxes. Your hard work deserves to be seen, so let's make sure we get this right. So here it is, your pre-flight checklist for YouTube. First, just copy your title and paste it right into the top of your description box. Next, and this is critical, you have to mark the video as altered content. Set the category to entertainment. And finally, don't just hit publish, schedule it to go live in about 5 to 10 minutes. This just gives the system a moment to process everything properly.
So let's just recap the whole winning formula. It's a pyramid, right? At the very bottom, the foundation of everything is a great story. That story then gets translated into a detailed scene-by-scene prompt, and only then, at the very top, do you use the right tool with the right features to bring it all to life. The story always comes first.
And that really brings us to a final, much bigger question. As these incredible tools get more powerful and easier for everyone to use, the technical barrier to making a film is basically just vanishing. So what happens to creativity, to Hollywood, to the art of storytelling itself, when literally anyone has the power to create a movie right from their laptop? Something to think